Good evening, crafters. I'm Dorene Decibus from It Begins with Ink and Paper, and welcome to Simply Stamping Sunday. So glad you're able to join me tonight, whether on the live, the replay, or on my YouTube channel. So, thank you for being part of my Facebook page. I appreciate it. So I'm just making sure everything can be seen clearly, and it can, so we can get started. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I can't believe Thanksgiving is coming up in just a few days. It has been a really fast fall, I have to say. Let me just get my light on. I didn't realize I hadn't turned it on yet, so we'll get it a little brighter here. So yes, Thanksgiving is coming up, and then we have Black Friday, and the Christmas shopping begins, and before we know it, it will be Christmas. Actually, we're about 5 weeks away from Christmas, so that's pretty unbelievable. So just a recap of what we've been doing with our Simply Stamping Sunday this month. We have been looking at, using the Beary Cute photopolymer stamp set, and it has allowed us to make some pretty fun cards so far. So to just recap on what we have made, the first week we did this card all in Mossy Meadow, and had our little baby bear on the inside and the mom and dad bear on the outside. And then last week we made this really cute card with the dad bear, I'm going to say, and the baby bear with a really big hat on, and had a tree on the inside and the outside. Used some of the designer series paper. So we had those two cards for the first 2 weeks, and that was pretty fun. So I'm just trying to see. Okay, I think we're good now. I was just putting up the screen so that hopefully I can see any comments. Well, tonight we're going to do a technique that's called stack, slice, and shuffle. And we are going to be able to take what we cut and shuffle and create these 3 cards. You'll see that they all have a similar background. The fronts are a little different, but the backgrounds are very similar, but the paper's in different order. So that's what we're going to do. It's a way that you can create really fast cards, 3 at once. So let me put these aside and we'll get started. So let's go over what we need for paper. And since we're making 3 cards, it is a little bit more than we normally have to use. So I've got just some notes here so I won't forget. So we are going to need 1, 2, 3 pieces of Night of Navy cardstock, and that measures 5.5 by 8.5. We are also going to need 3 pieces of designer series paper, and it measures 2 7/8. No, this is wrong. Sorry, 5 1/4. Let me measure this. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong week. 4 by 5 1/4. So we need. Excuse me. Let's start. I'm looking at next week's cardstock. I'm sorry. So we need 3 at 5.5 by 8.5. And then we need 3 different designs of our designer series paper. And I am using a combination of the reds and blues. So I picked the blue design and the red design. And for these, we are going to need 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then for basic white cardstock, we're going to need a lot. We are going to need 3 sheets of basic white that are just the extras from when we're cutting our cardstock that are 1/2 inch. So I have 3 of those. We're going to need 3 that are 3 by 4. And then we're going to need 6 altogether that are 4 by 5 1/4. And for each one of these, I've already hand cut out some of these bears to go on the outside and the inside. And so I have them all stacked so that those cut out pieces are found with the white cardstock. So let me just move some of these out of the way, because the only stamping we're going to do tonight is with a greeting. So I'm going to start the stamping first, get that out of the way. We are going to be using the Merry Christmas, and maybe we'll stamp something on the inside too. Let's do warm wishes on the inside, and I'm going to use the small snowflake around the inside. I didn't do this on my samples, but I think it will just add a little bit to the images, to the cards. And so let me just get a stamp for the a block for the warm wishes. We just need a small block for the snowflake. And then we're going to need, what do I have here? Oops, we don't need that ribbon. Sorry about that. And then we'll just put our Merry Christmas on this block here. So getting out my Night of Navy stamp, we're going to stamp these in Merry Christmas first. Let's get these apart. And I'm going to stamp these so that they're all the way over to the left, because I am going to banner these. And I know they're too long, which is perfectly all right, because I can just cut the edge that's too long off. So there's our first one. Here's our second one. Our third one. There we go. So those are all done. Now, if I go into my pile here, this I'm going to be using for my snow. So we'll have some snow on each card. And let me just do one at a time. We'll stamp our warm wishes towards the top. And then I'm just going to stamp a snowflake. So there's one. Let's put this one over here. We'll do the same thing on this one here. And then we'll take care of our last one. And then we'll start cutting some paper and start stacking and shuffling it. So now all of the stamping is done. We can put away our ink. All right. So now this is where we get to have a little fun as we do our slicing. We can slice this any way we want. We just want 3 pieces. So I am going to start by cutting a piece off here. I want to keep my paper together, as I'm doing this. So this is going to be a little different. And then let me get this out of the way, and we're going to put so we can put our paper back together. So those are what our 3 pieces look like. And what I'm going to do is just take one piece off of the top. Then I'm going to go here with the second piece, and then the third piece will go here. So that is how you stack, slice, and shuffle your paper. So now what I'm going to do, so that we have those together, I'm going to take my larger piece of cardstock, and I'm going to take my Stampin' seal, and I'm going to start putting this together on my piece of basic white cardstock. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a border. I'm not pushing it all the way in yet. I'm just in one spot. That's not quite straight. So you want to leave a little bit of white showing as you go to put this down. I've had a lot of fun this month with the stamp set. It is just so stinking cute. And there we go. There's our first background. Next. Just lining them up. I've cut these a little different than in my original cards, which is fine. So again, I'm not going to press it all the way down. I just want to be able to get these other pieces of paper attached. And what's kind of cool about this is that your friends and family are going to get similar Christmas cards, but not exactly the same, which just makes it kind of fun. And I'm really letting the designer series paper be the star of the show tonight, for the background and for the images that I cut out. Okay, here's our last one to put together. You could also use glue to put these together. The liquid glue works really nicely. Gives you that wiggle room. So my question to all of you is, have you started your Christmas? If you make your own Christmas cards, have you started them yet? I know for me, I make so many Christmas cards as samples for my Facebook page and that I make in my lives during this season, that I usually just take and send those out as my Christmas cards. There will be some that I've made that I really want others to see. So I will definitely make extras of those. I think I'm getting there. I have quite a few, especially the other day when I did the Memories and More. I ended up with about 25 cards from that. So that really gave me a head start on my Christmas cards. And I was making earlier this week on Christmas Made Easy, I was demonstrating some gift card holders. So I've got a nice start on my gift card holders as well. This Tuesday night on Christmas Made Easy, I am going to be demonstrating our nestled treat boxes. And those are really fun. You can do some really fun things with them. So I can't wait to show you what I've put together. I've just had a really good time playing with those. And I've been working on one today that I'm going to be giving as a gift. And I'd show it to you, but I have a little bit more work to do on it. So I'd rather wait and show it to you when it's all finished. So I'm just folding over my Night of Navy cardstock and using my bone folder to crease them. And I want to make sure they're all pointing the same way so I don't put anything on the back of the card. All right, so this is going to go on the front of all the cards. So here is card number 1. And we're going to add our inside piece. There we go. We have more to go in here. I'm just going to put the bears inside while I'm putting these in. And then we're going to be adding our snow. Onto the front of our card. It's easy to do that by by just taking white cardstock and tearing it and then layering it on each other. So that makes it kind of fun and gives the card a bit of texture. So here's our warm wishes, and we're going to add those bears and everything on the inside. And now for our third one. They come together pretty quickly, especially if you have everything ready to go. I usually cut everything one day, and then if there's a lot of stamping, I stamp the next day, and then I, on the third day, just start putting things together. And I can do that right when I'm watching TV. So it makes it easy. Okay, whoops, don't want to dump those. So let's start with my Christmas tree card. Okay, so we're going to take our snow, and I'm going to start, if I pull towards me, I am going to get that beautiful torn edge that I want. I want that rough edge. So that gives me that beautiful torn edge. And I can put that right down on the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is, again, tear, this time, yeah, I'm going to tear towards me. And I am going to put this right like this. So I have 2 layers of the snow. And let me just put that aside. So let me add this to the bottom of the cardstock. And I like having the 2, so if I want, make sure there's some of that roughness right here and bring it down so it looks layered. That looks great. There we go. So now let's get everything out. So let's start on the inside of the card. I'm going to add in one of the bears and one of the presents. There we go for the inside. And on the outside, I am going to be adding this to the front, and we're going to have a nice Christmas tree to go with it. So let's add the adhesive to that. And what I did to be able to to get so that I had space here, I actually cut this to be separate from this, and it wasn't on the designer series paper, but I wanted it that way for the card. And then we'll add one present by the tree, and then we'll add our sentiment right up here, and there is card number 1. What do you think? So cute. Okay, so for card number 2, let's see what I've got here. Okay, on the inside, we're going to have another bear and another present. Kind of keep the theme similar. And on the outside, we're going to cut our snow again. Or tear our snow again. So okay, so we've got some good snow here. Let's see how we want to put this down. I think I'm going to use this piece right here. And then I'm going to layer, actually, I think I'm going to put this piece up here. This piece down here. and this piece right in the middle of all of it. We'll save that over there. All right, let's start. So I want to have some of the higher parts of the snow not have adhesive on it, because I would like it to put the polar bear's paws down in the snow a little bit. So there we go. Oops, that's not covering it all the way. Let's take this one off, fix that. Put the thicker end over here so that, there we go. Still not quite straight. There we go. So now I'm going to put this little guy so he's kind of walking, you know, he's looking inside and outside of the snow. There we go. He's so cute with all those presents on. And walking ahead of him is going to be his little guy here. So there we go there. And we'll add our greeting right up here again. And card number 2 is complete. So there's the outside, there's the inside. Okay, our third and last card. Let's see. Do our snow again. Okay, I think I'm going to put the bigger piece here and have this come across. Let me just take another piece off. Let's see how this looks. Ah, so much fun. I love these little cards. They are just so cute. So this week coming up on It Begins with Ink and Paper, Tuesday night we'll have Christmas Made Easy. It's going to be week 3. As I said, making our nestled treat boxes, and you're going to see some great little projects come alive with that. And then Friday, we're going to be having another Simply Stamping Friday. Excuse me, Funfold Friday. And I've got a trifold card. That is a Christmas card that I'm going to be sharing with you. It it's a lot of fun, and it uses the dies in a really nice way. So I can't wait to show you that. And then on Sunday, we'll be back here for our very last edition of the very cute Christmas with our bears. And I will be making a fun fold during next Sunday, Sunday's Live. Okay, and now we only have to get our greeting on, and then we have our 3 cards done. So each one took maybe about 10 minutes or less to make. If I wasn't talking so much, I probably could make them quicker. So, and then here's our inside of this one. So, our 3 cards tonight are our polar bear with the rabbit on the Christmas, putting the star on the Christmas tree. The one we just made, and our polar bears walking with gifts and following. Aren't they great? They are the exact same layout, but by shuffling that paper around, we were able to create 3 cards that look a little bit different. And then by using the different types of polar bear images from the designer series paper that I cut out, it made the card very quick and easy. So again, all of the insides have a warm wishes with 2 snowflakes and a polar bear and a present. And then the fronts have a little bit of a different image. So I hope you like this technique of stack, slice, and shuffle. Joyce and Legend, I hope you join me Tuesday night for Christmas Made Easy, and Friday night for Fun Fold Friday, and of course next Sunday night for our last edition of Very Cute on Simply Stamping Sunday. Have a great week, everyone, and I'll see you Tuesday night. Bye-bye.